We'll just quickly go through. I've said 10 chapters. Okay, 10 chapters are there. APGP, quadratic, 10 standard time table. These are the chapter students. I already told you all. First exercise. What is this first exercise? Arithmetic progression. We'll revise now. AP will revise arithmetic progression. Then, okay, central tendency in that mean chapter. Assume mean method, one question. We'll do two questions. Okay, we'll start with assumed mean method. That is mean chapter. We'll start with mean. See, in mean we have only three types: direct, assumed mean method, step deviation. Assumed mean method is also known as shortcut method, students. For board exam, they might use even the word shortcut method. So today I'll teach you all assumed mean method, shortcut method for two different types of questions. Okay, you'll have three different types. Today we'll complete two different types of questions. Fine. Then what's the other one? Step deviation method next week. Next week I'll make you all revise and I'll give step deviation. Today, this week I've just given assumed mean method. Okay, Mariana Adya, are you there online? Yeah, mean chapter students. Mean chapter, direct method. Direct method. If they give this question from past 4 years, 5 years, they're not giving this. But if they give this question, they won't tell direct method. They'll just give you a table, ask you to find mean. What's the formula for mean using direct method? No, summation of Fi. So here, yes. First, we'll revise all the formulas and tell what are the types of questions you'll have. Remember that you can solve any type of question in mean chapter. Okay. And mean median chapter put together, you'll have it for 7 marks, students. For past 4 5 years, they have given it for 7 marks. One 5 marks question, 5 marks, and one MCQ, 6. If not, they're setting one 4 marks question and one 3 marks question. Okay. And this 5 and 4 is always from mean chapter. That is what we are going to study now, mean chapter. This 1 and 3, whatever they said, it is from median. Okay, for median we have two formulas. We'll do that later. Mean is most important. You'll either get 5 marks question or 4 marks question. So this total chapter, it is either for 6 marks or 7 marks. Every year they don't miss. They give this statistics chapter. Fine. The first thing, direct method. So any question will have only two types of tables: xi value, fi. Okay, for example, xi is age. Let me take age here. Age and number of students. Number of students. Look at this is how it's going to be. Variable frequency. The first column stands for xi, second column stands for fi. Xi, fi, variable frequency. Okay. That is 9th question, 10th question, 11th, 12th are direct method. In the 13th question, f is missing. 14th question, p is missing. 15th question, x is missing. For all such things, students, whenever any value is missing, x, p, f, they will give you mean value. Look at this: 7.5, 16.5, 12.5. And nowhere they have told us to write, nowhere they have mentioned the method. Whenever they don't mention method, it is always direct method. Remember this, direct. Okay, next. This is done. Last week itself I explained all this and I gave one question. Almost all of you all were able to solve. Next, shortcut method. This is what we are going to start, shortcut method. 17. In shortcut method, there are three types students. Look at the first. In shortcut method, we call in some textbook or in board exam, they give it as shortcut method or assumed mean method. Okay, assumed mean method or shortcut method, both are same. In this, we have three types of question, this and step deviation. Fine. So shortcut method or assume mean method, meaning is same. Step deviation is a different method. These two questions put together, you have three types of questions which they said. First type is normal one. Can you see frequency, height, XIFI? What have they given students? Have they given limits or direct values? Limits or values are given. Direct values, right? See values. See values in the sense. Even these type of questions they have never asked. Just ignore all this. How many extra to add all these things? This is R.S. Agarwal. 2 weeks back I told you what's the difference. All this is R.S. Agarwal's question. In board exam they don't give this extra thing. Okay, just skip that. Now there are three types of question what they ask. One is direct values like this: 58, 15, 16, 14 values. Second type is they'll give you interval, class interval, 10, 0 to 10. Remember last year we studied continuous, discontinuous, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. All of you will remember this? Response students. Today I'll teach you all this. This is second type. Third type is 0 to 10. Instead of 10, they'll give 11, 11 to 20. 0 to 10, 10 to 20. Is the number continuous or discontinuous? Tell me the value students. 10 is continued, right? 20, 30. It goes on. If it is continuous, I'll explain what is that. 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 20, 21 to 30. You won't have 30, you'll have 31 to 40. We call it as inclusive, exclusive. These are the three types we have. One is direct values, the other one is this type, inclusive, exclusive. So today I'll be teaching you all what if they give direct values, direct numbers, how to solve. It's a very simple concept. And what if they give like this, discontinuous value, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, discontinuous. I mean continuous. This part, this discontinuous, 0 to 10, 11 to 20, this is bit tough, tricky part. We'll be doing it next week. So just follow whatever I teach. Just study this mean and median. You'll be able to score full marks. They are not repeated other questions. Okay, they haven't given other question here. Lot of fancy questions are given in R.S. Agarwal. Right? But board exam mean chapter they always given direct questions. So this part next week. Fine. We'll start with shortcut method, step deviation. Even step deviation next week, students. Step deviation is also next week. So for this week's test, shortcut method or assume mean method using two types. One is direct values or direct numbers given. The second one is continuous or class interval given, when class interval is given. Okay, class interval direct. Even in this, most repeated part is for board exam, they have given step deviation. Shortcut is also 1 or 2, step deviation. Right? Okay, any doubts in this syllabus type? Did you understand what I explained now? Is it clear? This is your syllabus. Keep this in mind and study. You don't have to practice, waste your time practicing all the other questions. Okay, just go through once. You check your notes. If you have your notes, definitely you'll be having all the answers. I've solved all the question when we started mean chapter. Okay, using shortcut method or step deviation. First question. So this week's test, out of these two, I'll give any one, whether it is direct values or class interval. I'll just check and give. Now, which question is this? 16th question. In 16th question, height is given, number of plants, direct value 58. Take it as xi. 58, 60, 62, 65, 66, 68. The second column stands for fi. 15, 14, 20, 18, 8 and 5. 58, 60, 62, 65, 66, 68. 15, 14, 20, 18, 8 and 5. Question is, using shortcut method, compute the height, mean height of the frequency distribution. This is the table. Now, what if they ask you all direct method, what's the formula, students? Now all of you will answer direct method is summation of xi fi divided by summation of fi. If you want to solve using direct method, what do we do? What's the new column we need? Xi. You basically multiply, right? Once you multiply, you add here, add and divide. Is it clear? All of you understood? In that 8, instead of 8, I'll give x. X value is missing. If x is missing, which other value will be given, students? If x is missing, what value they'll give? Mean value. Example, mean will be 200. XIFI, when you add everything, when you multiply, you'll get 66x. And when you add everything, everything will be number except the 66x. Even here, add everything, you'll have some value plus x. So you'll have some value plus 66x divided by, what's the other one? Fi. Some value plus x. Mean value will be given 200. Use simple linear equation. Cross multiply this. Cross multiply, solve the equation, find the value of x. That's the answer. This is direct method. Only in direct method they'll give you x, students. For assume mean method or step deviation, all the numbers will be given. None of the numbers will be missed. They won't give x to find x by nothing. Direct mean. Okay, 200. Next. Sometimes mean will be given in decimal value, 15.5. Remove the decimal, write 155 divided by 10. Do the calculation. Cross multiply all these things. Fine. So missing value is only for direct method. Remember, only for direct method they ask missing value. Now, what is given here? 18. 8 is given. Yeah, tell me the formula for assume mean method. The word assume stands for, A, right? A stands for assume. A plus summation of xi. Sorry, not xi. Tell me the formula. You all don't remember? Fi di. Correct. Fi di or di fi? By f. Here, what's the new column we need? What is the new column, students? Fi in. Okay. If you want to multiply fi di, we need a di table, right? Di. Just make a note of this di. There is a system you have to follow, students. Certain system, if you just go through in that pattern, you'll be able to solve. Don't memorize. Okay, here draw the table, write the formula. Observe the formula, fi di is required. In order to find fi di, we need di. That's how we get di formula. Di is xi minus a. A stands for assume mean method. And you have to assume it from the xi value. Which is middle? In xi, which is middle value? Which one is in the middle in xi? Yes, respond. Which one shall we take as assume value? 62 and 65 both are there, right? 62. We'll take first 62, A. Write it as A here. And even bottom, just write A is equals to 62. First step is done. Second step, di. What is di formula? Tell me di formula. D equals to xi minus. As soon as you see this question, students, immediately you'll have to know what to study. What are the different things to study? How to study that? We need formulas. Okay, now first calculation. What is xi? Xi is 58 minus what is a? 62. What are we getting? Positive or negative answer? Negative. And wherever we have taken a students, that will definitely be 0. Remember this, wherever we have taken a, that will be 0. Above that, you will get negative numbers. Below that, you'll get positive numbers. This is the concept. Okay, I'll repeat again. Last time, next time, no revision on this. Only direct test. I'll be conducting test. So concentrate. Wherever you have taken a value, a, that will be 0. Above that, everything is negative. Below that, everything is positive. Fine. So look at this. We always take xi first. 58, 62. Next. What is the next two numbers I have to take? 65 minus 62. 66 minus 62. 68 minus 62. This is how you are supposed to write. Once you write this, draw a big column for di. Big column. Now tell me the answers. What is 58 minus 62? Response students, be quick. Minus. Is nobody answering? What's the answer? Minus what? Adia, Tanishka, Naomi, Ivania, unmute. Minus 4. Next one. Tell me the next one. Minus 2. No. 65 minus 62. 4. 5, 6. Where 5 is there? 6. 3, 4, 6, right? 3, 4, 6. And don't assume just because 2 and 3 are there, you'll get plus 2 here, plus 4. And don't assume you'll get 3, 4, 5. Don't do all these things, students. Calculate properly. Fine. Never play with numbers. Even if one number is wrong, you'll get 0. Your entire answer will go wrong. Okay, let me cross check once. 58 minus 62, 60 minus 62, 0, 65, 66, 68. 3, 4, 6. Okay, next. FIDI. Multiply FIDI. Minus 4 into 15 is? Yes, respond all of you all. Minus 4 into 15 is? Minus 60. Next. Minus 0. Next. 18 into 3, I'll write. 30 plus 24, 54. 8 4s are 32. 5 6 are 30. That's it. We are done with this. Let's start solving. Use the formula. What is A value, students? A is 62. Now we need summation of FIDI. Add all these numbers. Look, even in this, remember, minus 60 and minus 28. Add both, but you'll get minus sign. Concentrate here, Naomi, Mariana. Minus 60 and minus 28, students. You'll get minus sign, but add both. What is 60 plus 28? Minus 88. Add these three numbers. Be quick. What's the value we get? 106. Minus 88. And for this, what you'll get, students? Respond. 160. So plus 116 minus 88. What is plus 116 minus 88? You get 28. Positive 28. Remember this, it is positive 28, not negative. Naomi, last test, Naomi or Mariana, somebody had gone wrong in this plus and minus. Was it Ivania or last week's test? Because of that, entire answer was wrong. I think it was Naomi and Lemula. So be careful with this plus and minus, students. 28. Now Fi. Let us add Fi value. 80. Make that 20 plus 18 plus 8 plus 80. 80, 28. FIDI is 28 divided by 80. Don't take LCM, keep 62 as it is. I'll reduce using 4 times table. 4 ones, 4 sevens are 4 20s are. 7 divided by 20, 0 0.7 twos are 14. Okay. Then I get 6 remainder, add another 0. Calculation was wrong. 20 outside, 0. 20 into 3 is 60. Take 10, 0. Very good. 20 into 5 is 100. What's the answer? 0.35. Is it clear? Naomi, you should never take LCM. Have I taken LCM here? No. If you will take LCM, it is going to be very tough, students. Remember that. 62.35 is the answer. Understood all of you how to solve? Assume mean method? Here? Okay. This is using direct values. Make a note of this. Be quick. We'll start class interval next. There's nothing different. Class interval, just one step is extra. That's it. Same method, one step extra. Let me check the answer. Sixteenth question. Okay, how come it is different? It is showing as 62.25. How is it 25? Okay, in textbook it is 62.25 students. We have got 35. Where did I go wrong? Just a minute. I'll check. 58, 60, 62, 65, 66, 68. 15, 14, 20, 18, 8, 5. Fine, but did all of you understand the steps? What are the steps here? Did you all understand? Okay, fine, students. If you understood the steps, that is fine. Somewhere I've gone wrong. We are getting 6.35. 0.10 is extra. Okay. Don't write it, just go through. Don't write, just go through what I've written. For reference, I'll mark few questions in textbook. Just go through that later. -2, -4, 3, 4, 6. -60, -28, 0. 18 and 30 plus 24 is 54. 8 fours are 32, 5 6 are 30. -88. Okay, here I've gone wrong. -88, 30 plus 30, 60. 60, 110, 116. Even that is fine. 116 and 88. 8, 28. Even this is fine. 28. 4 sevens are 28. 4 20s are 80. Fine, students. So what they would have done in textbook, sometime they would have taken 65, but answer should be same, 63 or 62 or 65. Okay, go through this. We'll do the next one. Shall we try the next one? Any doubts in this question? No doubts, right? Okay, somewhere I've gone wrong. 0.10. You'll do it. You'll check and solve it, student. But still, for this, you'll get marks. Just point one or two, no problem. Next question. Direct method is done. Now, indirect values. Indirect, I mean, indirect in the sense class interval, like this. So, this is what I told class interval. And from past 3 years, they have given this type of question, not even the direct values, like this 0 to 10, 10 to 20. Okay. It's the same, but only one step is extra, students. We need to find the middle term here. For xi, we need to find the middle term. We shouldn't take 0 to 10. Okay, these two, 480. 0 to 10. Even this is repeated. Repeated. Okay, next step deviation next week. In step deviation, there is one type of question. Okay, this 24th. 24, 25, 26 is again a different pattern. Less than 3, less than 10. They would give like this. If not, look at the 24th question, students. 75 to 79. After that, they should give 79 to 80. But instead of that, they have given 75 to 79. They didn't give 79. They didn't repeat. Discontinuous question. 80 to 84. Okay. So this would be the third type of question. We'll do that next week. Now continuous type. 18th question. Fine. I'll give any one question for today's test. 18, 19, 20. Out of 18, 19 and 20. No, even an assumed mean method. Fine. Look at the 20th question, students. In 20th question, which method they have asked us to use? Can you read? If the mean of the following is 24, find the value of A. Did they use any? Did they give any method? Using assume mean method, step deviation? Respond all of you all. 2018 question. No, right? If they haven't mentioned which method we use, if they didn't mention which method we use, we have to use direct method. Okay, if they didn't ask, we have to use direct method. If you use assume mean method, we can solve, but it would be too lengthy. Use direct method and solve. Now, main concept, whenever frequency is given 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, I'll teach you how to solve those questions. Okay, I'll give this for test. I'll take one from textbook. The class interval is 45 to 50, 50 to 55, 55 to 60, 60 to 65, 65 to 70, 75 to 80, 5, 8, 30, 25, 14, 12, 6. Okay, they'll give you all the table like this. Okay, they'll give you all a table. Don't take the first one as xi students. In first one, we can't assume xi. So you have to create a table for xi. Fi will be same. Remember, copy like this. Fi will be same. You have to write the first table. Now, in order to find Fi, what you're supposed to do is minus 50 minus 45. How much is 50 minus 45? The middle value. What is 50 minus 45, students? 5. 5 divided by 2. How much is 5 divided by 2? 2.5. This 2.5 is the difference for all the value. Fine. This is how you find the difference. If you want to find the middle term, I repeat again, you take any value. You take any value. Let us take even 60 and 65. 65 minus 60. How much is 65 minus 60? 5. Divide by 2. Are you getting 2.5, Naomi? For everything you get 2.5. This is known as class interval, student. 40 to 45 is class limit. 2.5 is the difference. Now, once you get this 2.5, what you do, second table, add 2.5 with all the starting numbers. What is 45 plus 2.5? 47.5. Unmute all of you, unmute and answer. At least this shall answer. Add with all the first number, 52.5. Next, this here, that's it. And use the same method, students. Same formula. Other things are same. Only thing, calculation will be a bit tough here because we have decimal numbers. We have decimal here. So calculation will be tough. Yeah, try this all of you, complete it. Okay, what shall we assume, students? Which one is middle here? Respond all of you. Which one is middle term? 62.5. Not just 62, 62.5. Start solving. Other things are same. XIFI. We need DI table. DI is equals to XI minus A. Okay. Do the calculation here. In working column, do the calculation. Don't make it clumsy. First one is 47.5 minus 62.5. Minus 50. Okay. Take 62.5 and 47.5. 50. Minus 50. Whatever comes above this assumed value, everything will be negative, students. So take 62.5 and subtract with 52.5. What's the answer? Minus 10. Then you'll get minus 5. 67, you get plus 5. Next, plus 10. And is it plus 15? Correct. Certain questions you might get like this. You'll get a sequence minus 5. Same like AP students. This we got in sequence. AP concept 15 minus 10 minus 5 0 5 10 15. Then FIDI. FIDI. What's the answer? Minus 75. Next, be quick. Next, minus 80. Yes, students respond. Minus 150 0. Below that, multiply all this and tell me the answer. Be quick. 70, 120 and 9. Even in exam, do the same thing. This first table, don't name anything, just write it as it is. Second table, name it as xi. Xi is what we found. That's the most important point. And the formula for that is take the last term minus the first. You call it as, what do you call that? Upper limit minus lower limit, students, divided by 2. Yes, that is what you call upper limit minus lower limit divided by 2. You get 2.5. Okay, this 2.5 we call class interval. Upper limit minus lower limit divided by 2. Take 2.5, add with all the first values. Practice this. Now, summation of FIDI. Last concept, summation of FIDI. Add all FI values and FIDI values. Add all the first three values, you'll get it with minus. This you should get with plus. Just tell me the answer for this, students. First, we'll check this. What did you get? 75 plus 80 plus 120. 150. Okay. Plus 150. 305. So, right, minus 305. Minus 305. And for the below one, so that 280. 70 plus 120 plus 90. 280. What's the answer, students? What is plus 280 minus 305? Minus 25. Fi. Calculate Fi. Okay, fine. I'll calculate. Look here. But you'll know how to do the steps, right? Look here. Let me calculate Fi. 5 plus 8 plus 30 plus 25. 100. 100 is the answer. Listen after this. Adya online. Adya. Naomi, Mariana. What is Mariana doing? Are you there online, Mariana? Mean is equal to A value, students. A is 62.5. Now tell me the calculation part. All of you all 62.5 plus in bracket minus 25 divided by 62.5 plus use shifting method 0.62.5 minus 0.25 is 62 point. Don't do mental calculation, you'll go wrong. Sometimes you'll write it as 62. It is 0.25. Subtract it. Right? So 5 is the final answer. Understood? All of you all clear? That's it, student. So last one step is left. Step deviation in that continuous. This we call it as continuous. This part is continuous method. What if discontinuous is given and step deviation is left? Fine. So don't ignore this. They have given in board exam. 21, 18, 22, I think they have given it for board exam. Look here. Where is the step? Shortcut method, not this. 2018, direct method. 2023, they have given. Shortcut method. This is what they have given for board exam. Okay. 24 and 25, I think they have given step deviation. Step deviation concept. 19, your. Okay, this textbook only till 23 they have mentioned. I think 24, 25. Enough students. From this chapter, this is enough. Fine. Take 5 minutes break. We'll continue at 4. Just 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, we'll continue. Yes, all of you online. Shall we start next? Adya, Mariana, Ivania. Bhargavi, log in at 5:20. Bhargavi. Next one, students. Factor and remainder theorem. Is Tanishka online? Naomi, Ivania, Mariana, Adya. Factor and remainder revision, students. Factor and remainder revision. I'll give 1 or 2 questions from this. Okay, I'll give this question. I've already written. I'll give from this and APGP. AP, not APGP, only arithmetic progression. You'll revise that. Revise that. Okay. Fine. Before factor and remainder theorem, before starting this, we just quickly tell you all remainder and factor. Remainder and factor theorem. Even MCQ students think and solve. I've given out of 10, 6 or 7 you all can solve. Another 3 or 4 will be tough MCQ. You still have to think and calculate. First, remainder theorem. For all this factor or remainder theorem, you'll have a function f of x. Okay, x cube plus 3x square plus 3. We'll have this. For remainder theorem, remainder will not be given. We need to find the remainder. That's the meaning of remainder theorem. We need to find the remainder. Okay. If they ask us to find remainder, they will give you this is divisor. This entire thing is known as dividend. Dividend, they'll give a divisor x minus 3. How do you solve this question? If x minus 3 is given, x is equals to 3. You have to substitute. So what do you get after substitution, students? 27 plus 3 27 plus 3, 30. 30 plus 27, 57. So what's the answer? Remainder is 57. Fine. Remember this. Whatever value you get, students, whatever value you get, f of x is nothing but the remainder. This is the answer. Apart from x, nothing will be given. This is the first type of question in remainder theorem. Apart from x, nothing will be given. Second type of question is Ananya login at 520. Ananya. 5, yes, login at 520. Next type. They will give you this value. Then along with this, they'll give remainder. Remainder value, they will already give you a remainder. Remainder is equals to 5 students. Or remainder is equals to 15. And one unknown value will be given, that is k. K is the unknown value. This is how the question is given. Right? X is equals to 3. Substitute. F of x. This remainder, what do you take this remainder as? You have to take it as which value? F of x value. Is this clear, all of you all? Understood? Yeah. Even in exam, write the same way, students. See, these 3 steps you have to write. Read the question, write f of x minus 3, show the calculation part, write even remainder is 15. Then f of x is equals to 3 cube plus k into 3 square plus 3. This equation, whenever remainder is given, is equals to 15. 27 plus 9k plus 3 is equals to 15. 27 plus 3. What's the answer for this? How do you solve? 9k is equals to 27 plus 3 is 30. If it goes to the other side, minus 30. K is equals to minus 15 divided by 9. You get 5, the value of k. Second type of question. For this week, just concentrate these 2 types in remainder theorem. Okay, just skip all the other things, students. Look here. Whatever I've taught now, we can solve 1 to 7 mains, 8th main, remainder is given, 9th main. 10th main has how many equations? 10th main, 2 equation. 11th main also has 2, right? 2 equation. The 12th main has 2 equation. 13th main has 1 equation, 2 divisor. 14th main has 1 equation, 2 divisor. So I didn't give these type of questions, students. I didn't give these type. 10 to 14, just ignore. Just practice 1 to 9. I have given 1 question. Okay, just practice this last 9th question. Okay, practice 9th question. Remainder is 7. Right? So remember, remainder and factor theorem. In remainder theorem, remainder will be given. Unknown value, substitute the remainder and solve. And there are different types in this remainder. One dividend, one divisor concept. Most repeated part. Right? And they have given it only for 1 mark, students. MCQ. Even that is important. In board exam, this pattern is repeated for 1 mark board exam. We have the next concept. You'll have 2 dividends, 2 questions like this. You have to take f of x, g of x. I'll give it next week. Then you have 2 dividend, 1 divisor. Then you have 1 dividend, 2 divisors. These are the combinations you have for remainder theorem. Next, factor theorem. Factor is most important. They have given it for 3 or 4 marks. In factor theorem, always factor. What will be the remainder value for factor theorem, students? 0. They'll just give f of x. They'll give you a value 3x cube plus 3x square plus k plus 2. This is the question. No. In this, the first type of question is x. In this type of question, they'll give you this question and a value, students. They'll give x minus 3. Fine. Remainder value will not be given. Remainder value will not be given. This is a basic question, and they'll mention X by 3 is a factor. X minus 3 is a factor. Let me take this as K. The blue one is K. This is the question given. Fine. This is factor question. X minus 3 same concept, but they'll mention X minus 3 is a factor. Copy the question. X minus 3, X is equals to 3. When K is given, definitely remainder should be given, students. If it is not given, it's a factor theorem. We should take the remainder as what? Remainder should be 0. F of X. And one more thing I missed out. Don't keep writing F of X, students. X value. You have to write this value, not F of X. Even previously I missed out to tell that. Write F of 3. F of 3 is equals to 3 into 3 cube 3 cube, or I'll write it directly, 27 plus 27 plus K plus 2 is equals to 0. You have to take it as 0. Remainder. Okay. Whenever unknown value is given, they may give A, B, C, D, F, G, anything in place of this K. Always take the remainder 0 for factor theorem. This is second type of question, students. Solve this, you'll get the value of K. Second type of question. Third type. In this, there is third type, and I think Adya was absent for that. Adya, I'll just explain. Try to understand and try that question. In third type is, they'll give you f of x, students. F of x, they'll give you equation x cube plus 3x square plus k plus 2. They'll tell you to find, factorize completely. This is the concept. Find the factors. Find factors and factorize completely. All of you know division method? You want me to solve, or you all can revise that division method? You'll know, right? The response students completely. Whenever they give the word factorize completely, we use division method. Now, Adya, tell me, if you want to solve this question, they have to give us a divisor, right? Have they given here? This is the third type of question, Adya. Fine. If they don't give, we have to assume value. We have to take x is equals to 1. Fine. What will be the remainder for factor theorem? Remainder should be 0. So if I put 1 here, you get 1. Let me quickly solve one question. 16th means, look at the 16th question, Adya. X cube plus 7x square plus 7x minus 15. Is divisor given? You explain this. If it's not given, we have to assume the value. What should I do? Yes, you can assume anything. You start from, don't take 0. Okay, start from 1 minus 1. Then you have to take 2 next. X minus 2. Can you see the order? Always start with x plus 1 first. If you're not getting 0, start with x minus 1. And the question here is, using factor theorem. If it is factor theorem, what's the remainder, students? Remainder is 0. It is understood. Using, whenever they tell using factor theorem, the word factor theorem, remainder is 0. R is 0. Now, and even in last test, I saw only 2 students writing the values. That was Ivania, I think. Tanishka and other students have directly got the value. Yes, Adya. You'll definitely get. See, let me take x is equals to 1. Put 1 here, be quick. What do you get? 1 plus 7 minus. And if remainder is given, you have to take it as 0. No, I mean not 0. You should get this answer as 0. Until you get 0, you should keep solving. What is 1 plus 7? 8 plus 7, 15 minus 15. Are we getting 0? For this question, it was very easy. We got x is equals to 1. If x is equals to 1, shift this to the other side. What is the factor? X minus 1. You understood why x minus 1? Okay. This becomes the factor, student. This is the divisor. Are you able to relate, Adya? In other question, they used to give divisor, right? Okay. This is the reverse method, x minus 1. After getting this, I've given one question like this, students. and I've taken it from previous year. I don't know what answer you all will get. If you don't get for x plus 1, what will you substitute next, Adya? You have to take then x is equals to 2 or x minus 2. Now for this we got x is equals to 1. Then the factor is x minus 1. Just shift it x minus 1. Use long division method for this. X cube plus 7x square plus 7x minus 15 x minus 1. All of you know this, right? Division method. Response, students know this division. Okay, once you divide, you'll get an equation here. Equation. After this step, solve that equation. Solve that equation, and I'll tell you how to solve that. Don't write direct answers. Okay, all of you understood? Tanishka, Ivania, Naomi, Adya. Don't try to write direct answers, students. 100% I'll get to know. I get to know in the sense it is obvious. How will you get direct answer without assumption? Huh? See, Ivania's answer. This is how you're supposed to do, Adya. Assume x is equals to 1. Show the calculation. Okay, all of you look at the students. What Ivania has done is right. X is equals to 1. When I talk about calculation, this is what I mean. X is equals to minus 1. We got 0. Right? No, we didn't get 0. Next, x is equals to minus 2, she's taken. Are we getting 0 for this? X is equals to minus 2. We got 0, right? If x is minus 2, what is the factor? Minus 2 will go to the other side. X plus 2 is a factor. Okay, this is the exact way you have to do. Once you do this, why have I written incomplete? Okay, after this, why did you stop? Ivania, you don't know how to solve? No, you shouldn't stop. What's the answer we got? Ivania, what's the answer you got? X plus 2. That is incomplete. You should complete that. Okay, from there we'll continue with Tanishka's answer. Once you complete, find that x is x plus 2, students. You are getting x plus 2. Until then, you keep solving it. X plus 2. This part. Is it this question? This is the question, right? Okay, can you see Tanishka has written directly f minus 2 value? Yeah, but that calculation, do it like Ivania's. Once you get, do it like this. You get x. Ivania, this is what you have to do. After 0, x plus 2 is a factor. Right? Then what else did I mention? I even mentioned the word, right? Factorize completely. Whenever factorize completely is given, what you have to do? You have to divide it. Is it clear? Ivania, Naomi, are you all there online? Mariana? Response, student. This is how you are supposed to do. This time I have given marks. Next time, if I don't see the calculation, I won't give students. For all of you all, I won't give marks. I'll reduce it. Okay, if I reduce, each student will lose at least 10 marks. Keep that in mind. For every question, I'll reduce 1 mark if there is no proper calculation. Okay, this calculation is correct. You're getting 0. Once you get, take the divisor, and this is how you're supposed to write. X plus 2 is one factor. The next factor, 2x cube minus x, you take it from the quotient. Take it from the quotient. Use normal factorization method, sum and product rule. We call it as sum and product. Okay, use sum and product. This 5x is split into two parts, 6x, 1x. Subtract, add, do whatever it is, show this calculation. If you do where only Ivania has done, you'll get only 1 mark. Okay, for that calculation, 1 mark. For this division, 1 mark, 2 marks. And this entire calculation with the final answer, 2 marks. Total 4 marks question. So remember, factorize completely. Remember the word, factorize completely. Adya, you got an idea how to solve? Plus, minus, those things. Okay, next one, student. This chapter is done. Don't concentrate on other topics. In this chapter, only this much for this week. Okay, all the tough questions, I'll give it. We'll do it next week. Factor and theorem is done. Arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression, will you all revise this? All of you all? Show that progression. Just go through the notes, students. Just go through the notes. Formulas you'll write. I've given one question from 10A and from 10B only 1 to 8. In 1 to 8, I've given one question, 3 marks, and from this 3 marks, 6 marks question. Fine. Based on this, I've given MCQ. Try even that. That's it in this chapter. Okay, another 5 minutes will end. So take it seriously and do it, students. Only 3 students are doing it properly. Tanishka, Ivania, Adya. Naomi, you're able to do, but calculations, Naomi. Practice on calculation, okay? Mariana is too careless. Only half the paper you're solving. Quadratic 9. Okay. See, whatever you're studying now, you'll get used to this, students. I've given 10 chapters, 10 MCQ. Keep practicing for another 2 months, you'll become thorough. You'll become thorough in minimum 15 chapters, 15 to 16 or 17 chapters before Jan. 15 to 20 chapters, definitely you'll become thorough with 15 to 20. Another 5 chapters on Jan or 5th will start. Another 5, all those tough chapters will start. Now look here. I'll just quickly tell you all this. In banking, I've given shares and dividend. I've given. Don't revise that because you'll all already know how to solve banking, shares and dividend, linear inequation. Don't waste your time. Quadratic. Oh, this time I didn't give quadratic. These 3 questions. Chapters. Remainder factor theorem, students. Practice one question in that. Matrix I have given. Practice that. These are the new chapters. Arithmetic progression I have given 2 questions. Fine. So today you'll have to practice these 3 chapters, 8, 9 and 10. When shall I send the paper? Today, 8 o'clock, is it fine? Or 7 o'clock shall I send? 7 o'clock? Just dedicate this 3 to 4 hours, student. Next 3 to 4 hours, dedicate it for maths. Okay, as soon as we finish the class, take 5-10 minutes break. Immediately start with remainder theorem, arithmetic progression, revision. Then skip all this, I didn't give. Even this angle and cyclic, I didn't give. Trigonometry, I've given. I've given a very tough question. Try to do it. Okay, try at least half. Something is better than nothing. You'll at least get 1 or 2 marks. Try to solve heights and distance. Heights and distance also I've given one question. It depends on the way you understand and do that. Heights and distance. And mean chapter, as I told you, one assume mean method, mean chapter, and one probability. In probability, the question might seem to be very lengthy, students. Don't skip that. It's a previous year question. It's a very lengthy question, but very simple answer. Read properly, think about it, and solve. Okay, now last one concept in heights and distance. In heights and distance question, look here. I've given a question similar to this, not exactly similar, like this. A, B, C. This is height of a pole. Just think height of a pole. This value is X. This value is H. Entire value is H, students. This is the question I've given. Read the question properly. Read the question properly. These are the two things, two angles. Sometimes the diagram will be facing this side. Sometimes in exam they'll give it this way. Okay. So the red one might seem to be easy because we have solved a lot of questions. Try to use, like, get used to this. If it is facing towards this side, the concept is same. A, B, C, and let me take D here. BC value will assume it as 50 meters. H value will assume it as, okay, H value is not given. How do you solve this question, students? What are the two triangles we have? Tell me the two triangles. Which is the first one? ABC is the first one. So which angle will you all take for ABC? 50 or 75? 75. For angle 75, what are the two values given, students? For ABC, we have H. Opposite side is H. Next, respond all of you all. BC is 50 and H is given. Which formula can we use? See, for 75, opposite is perpendicular is given, base is given. Which formula? Tan 75. AB value is what, students? Be quick. Others have joined. Have to start. H divided by 50. Tan 75. Go through the table. I've given such a question. We have to use the table. 75. This is the H value. Next, tell me the next one. Which is the next triangle? DBC. What is DBC, students? DBC is 50. Right? Respond all of you all. Is it 50? Yeah, next. 50 is equals to, what is DB value? X divided by BC is how much? 50. So we have X here and we have H here. If you, after finding, just imagine 75 and this, you get a value, you get 500. Is it possible to solve X value? How do you solve X, students? Be quick. How do you solve X value here? Instead of X, what should I take? Tan 50 is equals to, in place of X, yes, H minus X, right? H minus X will give AD, right? Yes, AD. We need to find the value of AD. Okay, I mean, not exactly like this. I had given a question like this. Okay, remember this. AD value, think they have given 30, students. 30. Yes. Now in place of H, what should I take? In place of X, I have to take H minus X. What is X? H value we got? 500. Not X minus H. AD value. A to D. This is how we have to solve. You will not get direct X value. Remember that. You won't get direct X value. Okay, you won't get direct X value, students. In place of X, it is H minus X. Subtract H minus, not X, AD, 30. Fine. It is somewhat similar to this. Understood this concept? It is not a direct question. We have to use the first equation to solve the second equation. Okay, use the first equation and solve the second equation. So that's it. Let me end the class.